Okay, I'm going to show you how to tie a hatching midge pattern. I'm going to start my thread on a size 18 hook. This is spider web thread. It's really small, thin stuff. Would equal down to about a 60-knot thread. They call it 30 denier. I'm using this small of a thread because then I don't have to worry about bulk on this small hook. But use what you've got. Next thing I'm going to do is take a single strand of bright white antron and tie in about a hook gap in length a shuck coming off the back of that, and bring it back to above the barb. Okay, trim it full length of the body so that things stay uniform, and continue tying it down. There we go. If you feel like your shuck's just a bit long, which I do, just go ahead and take and trim it. There we go. Okay, next thing to go in is a piece of crystal flash. Just a single strand. Tie it in along the side of the hook, back to where your tail or shuck is tied in. Next I'll grab a pinch of SLF Masterclass black dubbing. Has a little bit of a red tint mixed in with it as well. It's kind of a nice color. But again, use what you have. Just a fine black dubbing will work. And dub yourself a nice rope. And create your body. And if you get a little bit extra on there, just pull it off like it's a chenille. Make a few wraps and trim it away. Okay. Go ahead and wrap my ribbing crystal flash through. Don't pull too tight on this stuff because it'll really kink up and it breaks easily, but you want it tight enough to flatten out in there. Shorten my working thread up here so I can tie it off. There we go. Fold it back, a couple wraps to tie it off, and trim away. Okay, so far so good. Next thing I'm going to tie in is a CDC plume in natural gray, or dun. Take one out of the bag. Here we go. And then I'll trim the tip out, the stem. Pop that out of there. There we go. And I'll go ahead and lay that on the hook, curvature side up. Stroke all those fibers back. Lay it on top of the hook shank and make 2 soft loops. And I'm going to pull up and shorten that to length. I want it to be about the hook to the back of the hook shank, or the bend anyway, so that when I fold it over and make the thorax, it still has some breathers sticking out as well. Works as a double. Couple nice firm turns and trim away. Okay, now I'm going to bring my thread back to where I want the thorax to be, or my legs or hackle material to start. Okay, grab a size 18 grizzly hackle, strip a few off, expose a little bit of bare stem on there, tie it on. Okay, now I'm going to grab just another pinch of this black dubbing to cover my work and create a small thorax. Okay. Again, if you get too much, just pull it off your thread and tie. And you can reuse this. Just mix it up for another batch. If you got anything hanging out over the eye, just pull it back and tie down. Alright, the next thing, I'm going to go ahead and just wrap about 4 turns of hackle through that thorax. and tie it off with 4 or 5 turns. That's the nice thing about this thread, is it doesn't build up any bulk. Okay, now I'm going to butcher off the top half of this hackle so that my thorax will come over neatly, or the CDC. Okay, fold it over, make a pinch and loop to tie it down, get around your hook eye and tighten it up. Oops, I lost a little bit in that. Let's come back. Okay. There we go. Couple extra turns on top, then lift it up, sneak in front, right behind the eye. We're ready for a whip finish. Pull it tight, trim away your thread just by touching your blade against there. And if you have a few little stragglies, that just adds to the life of the fly of the CDC coming back. Just more of a hatching look. If you feel like you got a little bit too much out there, you can shorten it. No problemo. Take a few of those shorter. There we go. And there it is. The Hatching Midge. Thanks for watching.